All right, so let's start with the song. Now, before we take a look at the main riff, there's gonna be an intro. We're gonna do. We're gonna do something like that. First, we need to hammer on the first on the A string on the 5th fret. We just hammer to that string, and then we need to do a hammer on to the 7th position of the A string. Everything is gonna be pretty much on the A string. And after we do that, we do a pull off from 7 to 5, and we just repeat the same motion: hammer on, pull off, hammer on, pull off. All right, everything is between 5 and 7. And now you're gonna listen that there's gonna be you're gonna hear something like that. Basically, what I'm just going to the 7th of the E string, all right, or the 6th, and then I go back to the 5th and 7th, just hammer on the 5th, and do the same thing we just been doing previously. All right, if you don't want to do the intro, that's fine. All right, just you're gonna be able to play the rest of the song. Now with the main riff, we're gonna do the following. We're gonna do something like that. We're gonna start on the A string. Now you're gonna use the A string and the G string, only those strings, A and G. So we just strike one time on the 7th of the A string, and then we go to the 3rd to the G string and strike 7 of the G and 9 of the G. Then we need to go back to 7th of the A string, and we strike 3 times. Then go back to G string and strike 7 and 9 again. Everything is going to be 7 and 9 on the G string, all right? Let's go again. Then we need to do that. We need to strike 3 times on the 7th of the A string, 3 times, and the 4th time we strike on the 5th of the A string. We just move down, and after we strike 5 on the A string, we go back again to 7 and 9 of the G string. All right, and then we just pretty much repeat the same motion. We go back to 5th, strike 3 times, go back to the G string, strike 7, 9, and at the end of that, we just go back again to the A string, strike 3 times, and on the 4th we change, all right, and we go to 7th of the E string. Let me play the first part, and let's then move forward to the next one. Alright, on the 4th time we go to 7 of the E string, and now we're going to change strings. We go to 7 of the E string, and then we go again to 7 and 9 on the G string. Then go back again to the E string on the 7th, strike 3 times, go back to G string, 7 and 9, then go back to 7th of the E string, strike 3 times, and on the 4th time we go to 8 of the E string and start again. Then 7 of the G string and 9, go back to the E string, strike 3 times, go back again to G, 7, 9, and then we go to 8 again and strike 3 times, and on the 4th time we start again. All right, let me play the whole riff, the whole lick, and just move forward to the next part. All right, that's what we need to do. Now, if you listen to this, it's not like the original song. You need to put more effort to it. It's a little bit harder than that. You can play all downstrokes, and it's still gonna sound good. People will listen to it and identify the song with "Can't Stop" of Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's fine. That's gonna happen. And I'm playing all downstrokes. All right. Now on the original song, there is a different groove with that. He's doing that. He's just strumming all the strings, and when he strums all the strings, he's just striking on the note he wants to strike. In the first case, when we start the riff, I'm strumming all the strings are muted. I'm just muting the other strings with this hand, but not the fifth one that needs to sound. That one with unwanted noise. All right, and we just repeat the same pattern with all the strings, all the notes that we need to play. Okay, it gives a different groove to the other one. It's if you play it like this, you're gonna sound like the original recording. But it's not that easy. It takes a lot of practice and maybe a few years with the guitar. So if you're a beginner, you're gonna have a hard time with this. It's not that simple. But still, you can play it the other way, and it's still gonna sound good. Now we're gonna repeat this main riff throughout the whole verse. All right, we're just gonna repeat it many times, and at the end of each verse, there's gonna be a change, which is gonna be a pre-chorus. Before we start the chorus, we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna be doing. It's gonna be something like that. Basically, what we are doing, we are just going to 7 of the E string, 8 of the B string, and 9 of the G string. We just strike these 3 strings. We just do up and down. Alright, really simple there. Basically, the chord is going to be E minor, and we are going to use E minor a lot with the chorus. So now let's take a look at the chorus. Okay, so let's go with the chorus. With the chorus, you're going to use the E minor chord we used before starting the chorus. 7 on the E, 8 on the B, and 9 on the G. We're going to do that. We're going to strike just down and up. And then we're going to change chords. We're going to go to this, to 5, 7, and 7 is going to be a D chord, 5, 7, and 7. And we're going to strike one time. There's a tiny space, and then we strike twice. Let's go again. Now we're going to change chords, and we're going to repeat pretty much the same movement we did with E minor, and we're going to go to 2nd of the E, 3rd of the B, and 4th of the G. Just down and up. Let's just strike it twice. Let's go again. Now we're going to change again, and we're going to go, and this chord is going to be B minor. All right, same idea. Then we're going to go and change to a C chord, which is going to be 3 of the E string, 5 of the B, and 5 of the G. And the motion we need to do is the same with the D chord. It's just strike one time, tiny space, and then strike it twice. Let's go again. Now we're going to change, and we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to go to a G chord. It's going to be a G chord. It's 3 of the E string, 3 of the B string, 4 of the G, and then 5 of the D string. If you want, you can play the whole chord. It doesn't matter. We just need to strike it twice, just like we did with E minor and B minor. Strike it twice. Now we're going to go again to a D chord, 5, 7, and 7. And we strike just one time. Alright, let's go again. And then to finish that section, we we're gonna do that. We strike second of the second of the E, 3 and 4 is gonna be the same chord we did before, B minor. We just strike one time, and then we change chords again and go to C chord. It's 3 on the E, 5, 5. We already did this, and we strike twice. So let me go again with the entire section, and then we I will tell you a different way to play it. Let's go again in a little faster tempo. So we need to do that. Maybe the distortion is a little bit high. I cannot listen it. I need to put the amplifier down to record the tutorial, because it's gonna interfere with the microphone. Just I need to do it, and I think the distortion is a little bit high. I'm sorry, but anyways, the chords are the same. Maybe it's not sounding that equal, but you need to put the drive down, okay, to get a low distortion on this one. Then when the solo comes in, you need to crank it up again. But well, after we do this, we can do this way, which is the easy way. There's another way you can do it. It's just like we did with the riff. You can add dead notes and you can add more strokes to it. It doesn't matter. It's still gonna sound good. It's still gonna sound good. I just added a lot more strokes and a few dead notes, and it sounds more complete. It's just like the main riff. But that depends on what you want to do. If you want to play it, I don't know, with your own band or alone at home, or if you want to play it on top of the original track, you're gonna have to go with a simple way to play it. And that's it with the chorus. That's all what you're gonna do with the chorus. The next thing we need to learn, it's the bridge. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at the bridge, and with the bridge we're gonna use the same chords we've been using with the chorus. We're gonna start doing we're gonna do that. We're gonna use 7, 8, and 9, which is E minor. We already know this chord, we did it before, and basically you just need to strike down and up. Alright, down, from down up, and then just kill the note. It's a kind of a reggae or maybe ska movement type of sound. Or you can do it downstroke. It doesn't really matter. It's still gonna sound good. Alright? So basically we just need to strike 4 times on each chord. 7, 8, and 9. Alright, just 4 times. Then we need to move and change chords, and we're gonna go to 5, 7, and 7. Alright? We already know this chord is D chord, and do the same thing. We just strike it 4 times. Then we're gonna change chords, and we're gonna go to 2nd, 3, and 4. Same chord we did before, which is B minor. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and repeat the same motion. Just strike it 4 times. We're gonna change chords again, and we're gonna go to C chord, 3, 5, and 5. And same idea, but now there's a tiny change. We're gonna strike it 3 times, and on the 4th time we're gonna change chords, and we're gonna go to a D chord. We already know this, 5, 7, and 7. Let's go again. And let's go with the whole lick. And we just pretty much start again. It's that simple, and there's nothing more to it. And after the bridge, there's a solo section. Okay, so now let's start with the solo. And with the solo, we're gonna do the following. That's the first part of the solo. We're gonna go to the 15 of the B string. We just strike one time and we need to do a bend, like going to 17. There's no release, alright? And then we just need to go back without release and do the same thing. Just strike 15, do a bend, and this time we need to do the release, alright? Let me show you. And after we do the release, we strike 15 again. Then we strike 15 again, one more time, we strike 15, and we go to 12 of the B string, and then we just finish that section going 12 on the 12 on the B string, and then 12 on the G string. Let's go again. The next movement is going to be 15 again, alright? We just strike 15 and we do a bend like that, and there's no release, just like we did before, just 15, bend, no release. And now there's two ways you can do it, a simpler way and a harder way. Now the hard part is going to be, we're going to strike 15 again, just like we did before, but this time instead of doing the bend to 17, we're going to do it a little bit more, alright? We're going to go to 19. We're going to do that. The strike is first 15, 17, then a strike again 15, larger bend, do the release, and a strike 15 again. So the only difference than the other part is just we do a larger bend. The other way you can do it, instead of bending the 15, you can bend the 17 and bend to 19, all right? And it's still gonna sound good. There's no difference. Well, there's a tiny difference, but it's meaningful. So let's go again. All right. So that's what we need to do. You can choose 15 or maybe 17. All right. And after we do the release, just like we did before, we strike 15 again on the B string. Let's go again with with both ways, and we just move forward. That's one way, the other way. Alright. The next movement, we do that. We strike 15 again, we do a new bend, like go into 17, do the release, and then go to 12 of the B string. And to finish, we do that. 15 of the B string, 14 of the G string, and we finish on the 12th of the G string. Let's go again with the whole solo a little bit slower. The other part. And that's pretty much the whole song. If you learned how to play all the sections I just show you, you're gonna be able to play it on top of the original song with no problems at all. I hope you liked the tutorial. Just remember to subscribe, or maybe just put a like, or maybe a comment. A comment would be nice. And that's it. I'll see you to catch you on the next tutorial.